Hello everyone, this is our lecture number 8, Feeder Protection with Directional Time and Current Grading. Directional time and current grading. In the plain radial feeders, the discrimination is obtained by means of relay time and current setting adjustment only. To obtain discrimination where feeders other than the radial feeders are employed, it is usually necessary to incorporate a directional feature in the protection, as will be clear from the following cases. In this, we will consider three cases consisting of parallel feeder, teed feeder and ring mains. In earlier lecture, we have seen directional relay features and its characteristics. We have also seen time and current grading for radial feeders. Now, why directional relay is necessary for parallel feeder, teed feeder and ring mains? If you employ a non-directional relay, generally non-directional relay is economical or less costlier because it involves only one unit, while in directional relay we have directional unit as well as overcurrent unit. Upper one is directional unit and lower one is overcurrent unit, which we have seen in our earlier lecture. Okay, why it is necessary to have directional time and current setting? Let us see. If we employ now, directional relay is indicated by a direction, specific direction. This direction indicates the tripping direction. Tripping direction means sensing direction, and according to that sensing direction, tripping signal is given to the circuit breaker. While non-directional relay, arrow which we have arrows at both sides. Okay, that means it operates in both direction. So it is non-directional relay. Okay. Now, if we have parallel feeder, in one feeder at sending end and at receiving end, we'll locate a relay. Okay, relay A1 and A2 for upper feeder, relay B1 and B2 for lower feeders. Fault at F. If fault at F, then definitely our requirement is that relay A1 and A2 should trip for fault at F, or it should give tripping signal to the circuit breaker. But what happens if fault at F? As it is parallel feeder, the source will supply fault current to this through this A1 as well as through other path like this B1, B2, A2 fault is supplied. Okay, so from A2 it is okay. For this fault, this A1 will see this fault, A2 will see this fault, as well as A2 and B2 is on the same bus voltage, same voltage level, A2 will sense as well as B2 will sense fault. So for fault at F, relay A1, A2 and B2 trips, or it will give tripping signal to the circuit breaker. So fault in upper feeder, but this lower, which is healthy feeder is also getting disconnected. So that's why we need a directional relay, and direction is away from the bus. This indicates tripping direction. Now we'll see same fault, and now we'll see how the relay operates. For fault at F, again the fault will get feed from source A1 and then F, then from other side it will like this. Okay, but for fault A1 will see this fault, A2 will see this fault. That means this section will get disconnected. Okay, but what is the difference between this and this? Fault current is getting feed from this side. Now here, look here, fault current is going like this. Okay, it is, and then it is going like this. Okay, tripping direction is this, fault current direction is like this, so it is opposite. So this relay will not sense that fault, or this relay will not operate. So for fault at F, A1 will operate and A1 A2 will operate, while this B2 will not operate. This is at far end. So definitely this healthy section will get protected and faulty section will get disconnected. Okay, this is about use of directional relay in parallel feeders, teat feeder and in ring mains. The parallel connection of the supply is mainly used for continuity of the supply for sharing the load. When the fault occurs on the protective feeder, the protective device will select and isolate the defective feeder while the load on other feeder instantly increases. One of the simplest methods for the protection of the relay is time graded overcurrent relay with inverse time characteristics at descending end and instantaneous reverse power, which is called as directional relay at the receiving end. So we'll employ or will use time graded overcurrent relay at descending end. Time graded overcurrent relay at descending end means with inverse characteristics, means inverse IDMT, inverse definite minimum time relay. Okay, inverse characteristics we are using at descending end, while at receiving end we are using directional relay. When the fault F occur on any of the lines, then the power is fed into fault from the sending end as well as from the receiving end of the line. If we consider fault at feeder 2, it will be fed from this side as well as it will be framed for the other side. Relay B and D will sense this fault and give tripping signal to the circuit breaker, while A and C will be a healthy section and it will continue to supply the power to the load. The excess current is then for fault at feeder 2, direction of power flow will be reversed through the relay on D, which will be open. The excess current is then restricted to B until it overload relay operates and trips the circuit breaker, thus completely isolating the faulty feeder and supplying power through the healthy feeder. Now here power flow will be reversed through the relay on D. Look here, when fault at this side, fault at feeder 2, normal direction is this. In case of fault, direction is like this, and which is in the tripping direction of the relay. So that's why relay trips. Here it is reverse. Okay, so this relay C will not trip, and A is at time delayed relay, so definitely it will not trip. So this feeder will get protected, or this will remain healthy. Directional time and current grading. In earlier we have seen current grading, which relay we are using at the sending end, which relay we are using at the receiving end. This is about the current grading. About time grading, how time is graded in parallel feeders. Just example we are considering, we are taking time delay between two relays at 0.5 seconds. Okay, at sending end non-directional relay, at receiving end we are having directional relay which are instantaneous relay. Okay, direction away from the bus. Now we'll see time grading. We'll consider fault at feeder 1, that is F. If suppose fault at F, it is fed from IA as well as IB. So at other end, which is instantaneous relay, instantaneous overcurrent directional relay, which have minimum time setting 0.5, while we have time delay, which we are just for understanding purpose we are taking one example, time delay as 0.5 second. Definitely this will be 0.6. Now this is located at this same bus voltage, so this will be 0.1, this will be 0.6. This scheme provides backup also. If suppose this relay fails to operate, what will happen? Which relay will operate if this relay fails to operate? Definitely, if this fails, definitely it is not operating. This Q relay is not operating. B relay for fault at F, if P fails to operate, then A is operating as well as this B is operating. If suppose this fails to operate, then B will operate. Otherwise, this faulty section get disconnected and healthy section will remain intact. Directional time and current grading of teat feeder. Again, At sending end we have non-directional relay, at receiving end we have directional relays. Okay, non-directional relay are less costlier than directional relay. Time grading at receiving end 0.1, while at sending end again time delay is 0.6, so this will be 0.6. This, as this is at same voltage, so this will be 0.1, this will be 0.1, this will be 0.1, this will be 0.1. Now we'll come to the next point, that's it, protection of ring mains. Ring main is a system of interconnection between a series of power station by a different route. In the ring mains, the direction of power can be changed at will, particularly when the interconnection is used. At generating station, the power flow only in one direction. Generating station is providing power from only one direction, and hence no time lag overcurrent relay is used. Means we are using non-directional overcurrent relay. The time graded overcurrent relay is placed at the end of substation, and it will be tripped only when overload flows away from the substation which they protect. At other end, directional relay, okay, which is instantaneous, or in that we can provide time delay, intentional time delay also we can provide. The elementary diagram of such a system is shown in figure, where G is the generating station and A, B, C, D are substation. Going round the ring in the direction G, A, B, C, D, the relay on further side of each station are set with decreasing time lags. At generating station 2 second, substation A 1.5 second, substation B 1 second, substation C time lag 0.5 second. Again here D is instantaneous, that means it is going like this, instantaneous, then 0.5 time second is added, then again 0.5 time second is added, so it is 1, then again 0.5 time second is added, so it is 1.5, then it is 2 second. This is, you can consider instantaneous, then 0.5, then 1, then 1.5, and then 2. In other direction it is instantaneous, then 0.5, then 1, then 1.5, and then 2 second, like this. So we can have grading like this in one direction and in other direction. If a fault occurs at point F, the power F is fed into the fault through two paths ABF and DCF. The relay to operate is that between substation B and fault point. If suppose we consider fault at F, then substation B and the relay which is located at this is feeding like this power to this fault F, while substation C is feeding power to this fault C and then F. So these two will operate. So this two relay will operate between substation B and fault point F and substation C and fault point F. Thus the fault on any section will cause the relay on that section to operate, and healthy section will be operating uninterruptedly. Now this is about your ring mains. Another ring main system we'll consider. Here this is again ring main system. Generator, we are having 4 buses A, B, C, D. 4 buses in one feeder, we are having 2 relays 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At sending end we are having non-directional relay. At receiving end, directional relay, direction away from the bus. Okay, now if you consider fault here, then we'll go in one direction. If fault at F, then we'll start from directional relay. This is directional relay. Here we have, just for the sake of example, here instantaneous relay, or we have considered minimum time is 0.1 second and time delay is 0.5 seconds. So definitely it will operate instantaneously. Okay, suppose this fails to operate, then which relay will operate? As I am telling, it is providing backup. So time grading is done according to that. So if suppose this fails to operate, which relay will operate? The fault is fed from this, the generator is feeding or source is feeding fault like this. Okay, then from other side it will get, the fault is get fed from other side also. Okay, suppose this fails to operate, so which is the relay, which is the next relay to operate? Fault fed is like this. So here definitely this will not. Why? Because fault current direction is into the bus while tripping direction is away from the bus, so this will not operate. Let us see. Fault current is like this, tripping direction is same, so this will operate. Now here again 0.5 time second delay is given, so 0.1 plus 0.5 it is 0.6. Now if suppose this fails to operate, which is next relay to operate? Again consider fault direction like this. Here it is not operating, it is not, because fault current is into the bus while fault tripping direction, relay tripping direction is away from the bus, so this is not operating. While this fault feeding is like this, so this will operate. Now here 0.6 plus 0.5 time delay is added, so it is 1.1. After that last is, okay, this fault is get fed from this side. Suppose this fails to operate, which is the next relay to operate? This one, because this is opposite, so which have time grading of 1.1 plus 0.5 to 1.6, means here we have, if this fails to operate, this is the last relay to operate. Okay, initially this is our instantaneous relay, this will operate for fault in this section or in this feeder. Like this time grading is done in case of ring mains. Okay, this is for fault at descent. Now you can consider this is one way. Okay, for one direction we have considered, for other direction in our live lecture you have to solve it for the other direction. I will not tell that, you have to solve that. Okay, you have to consider fault here and you have to solve it. Same for this directional time and current grading. Here another next ring mains, this is one of the example you have to solve. I will explain one direction, another direction you have to solve it. Okay, source end non-directional relay, other end directional relay, directional away from the bus. This is current grading of relays. Okay, direction away from the bus, which relay will use? Non-directional and directional relay at the other end. Okay, now we'll see time grading in one direction. We'll consider fault here. Okay, now here non-directional relay, we'll start from directional relay. Minimum time. Okay, if this fails to operate, we have to do time grading, na, means we have to find last backup. So if this fails to operate, which is the next relay to operate? This one. Which is the, if this fails to operate, which relay is this? Okay, this is F2. If this fails to operate, C1 will operate with added time delay. If this C1 fails to operate, this will operate, B1 will operate with added time delay 2.1. Last one, last backup is source backup, that is A1 will operate and with time delay 2.6. Okay, like this in one direction we have done a time grading, for other direction you have to do it. Okay, this I will ask in our live lecture. Okay, why this relay is not operating? One question you have to tell me. Okay, why this relay is not operating? Already I have explained, still you have to tell it. This method is only satisfactory when the fault is heavy and reverse the power at receiving end. Hence, differential protection is also added along with the overcurrent protection at both the end of the line. Okay, means we are using differential protection for transmission lines also. Okay, so in addition to this, this is for small feeders, overcurrent protection we are using with directional time and current setting. Also differential protection is also used in addition to that. Okay, thank you very much.